This is a battle for cheap votes, for cheap black votes. This is a battle to protect the white supremacy by the DA. This is a battle to intimidate political parties by the DA in order to get the votes that they need to control this city, the resources of this city. We called you here to talk to you around the ousting of Councillor Vasco da Gama. It was a motion that was sponsored by the PAC. They will speak in a moment. And we called you here to give you our side of the story as minority parties in response to what is bubbling right now in the media space, where our councillors are called betrayers, where we are made to be villains for voting with our conscience, for voting for the residents of the city of Johannesburg. I have been told by the DA, a letter was sent to me yesterday trying to stop this media briefing. It's a legal letter, and they have clearly articulated through their legal opinion why they believe I'm not the acting Speaker of Council. When Councillor Vasco da Gama was ousted as a Speaker, he called me to the podium. He said, now I will call the acting Speaker of Council and the Chair of Chairs, Councillor Colleen Makhubele, to take over the meeting and preside for the rest of the council meeting. I went up and I presided over that council meeting with no objection from any councillor. I further presided over the motion that was brought in by the Action SA, and that motion passed. So it means if I am not the acting Speaker of Council, all that happened when I presided should then be reversed, including the motion of the Action SA that was passed. Of course, this is their opinion. It's a legal opinion. It can be challenged because, as always, DA rules by intimidation, by bullying, through legal instruments and through legal opinions. And that's how this city has been run up until now. And we will not be silenced by legal opinions and legal letters. Women have earned the right to have a voice in the running of this council and in the running of this nation. We have fought, besides men, we have fought in the streets campaigning to be councillors, and we have fought to be elected in the positions where we sit, myself as the Chair of Chairs and other women here sitting in their positions as chairpersons. And for that reason, we will not allow the DA to dictate to us how we conduct ourselves and discharge of our duties when we are in council in the positions that we have been duly elected to operate in. Coming to the current multi-party coalition, truly there is no common vision, as you can see with what has manifested in the past few days. Apart from economic interdependence, it is now clear that there's very little that is holding the multi-party coalition together. We have witnessed in the past few days that the cookie has crumbled. The protection of white supremacy prevails. Small parties are told what to do, to fire their councillors who voted for the city of Johannesburg and for the residents. We have been intimidated by legal letters for doing what we are supposed to do, for being an acting Speaker of Council. I've been intimidated by legal letters to stop calling myself that. But let me tell you, DA is caught in a crisis. They are in a serious crisis of arrogance, being power hungry, and for a party that did not win election, it must be a very difficult place to be, because they know very well that they cannot govern by themselves. Now we hear that Action SA is also joining our party. We hear them in the media calling that the coalition agreement must be changed. The DA cannot have a speaker, a chief whip, and a mayor. And I'm asking myself, where were they when we were voting in council? They were part of the people that were swearing at us, intimidating us when we raised our hands in council. Why now, when the horse has bolted, you want to join the party? Yeah. You failed to protect the councillors that are facing disciplinary hearings. You were calling on our leaders, instructing them to discipline us. Why now, when you see that the minorities are united, we are taking over government? Why now? Are you protecting your own economic interest as well? We've seen how the Action SA also works. They made noise in Tshwane. They identified a wrong. They clogged our media space for almost a week, calling on the mayor of Tshwane must resign. They're going to put a vote of no confidence. But one call from the DA, they crumbled on their knees and they could not vote him out. We did what the white minority fears the most. We united and we decided we are going to vote either way, whatever the consequences are. So Action SA must not come and join the brigade when the horse is bolted. They should have come with us when we invited them. They cowered when the white spoke. There's a notion that I want to dispel as I draw to conclude, and it's creating a media sensation, that the ANC is coming through the back door, that the ANC is using the minority parties to come through the back door. I want to make this very loud and clear. The ANC is not going to come through the back door. The ANC will come through the front door exactly the same way that the DA came through the front door and Action SA came through the front door. Because if the attitudes of the DA does not change and if Action SA does not change, if the ANC puts a coalition on the table that meets the needs of our residents, the people that voted for us, instruct us to vote for that coalition, make no mistake, will not hesitate to make the cross where it will serve our people. So that notion of the ANC using any of us here must be dispelled. We will bring them through the front door if the attitude of this coalition is not going to change, if the power is not going to be balanced, if our people are going to remain in poverty, if our communities are not going to be served, if the mayor who has been elected 9 months ago has not even been to Region G, she has not been to Cosmos City, she has not been to Ivory Park, who's supposed to be there to serve the people. We need a government of this city that will serve our people.